Greetings from Madrid, and thank you for the opportunity to tell you about diagnostic genetic markers in the maritime find in Spinaster. Comparative studies of forestry provenances have demonstrated the performance differences in, for example, growth and reproductivity, abiotic stress tolerance, and pest resistance in multiple environments. This information is central to delineate seed planting and breeding zones, as well as to predict expected stand performance in the face of climate change. Under EU regulation of forest reproductive material, which is fruits, seeds, plants, and plant tissues, the region of provenance is the basic unit for marketing and is defined by specific ecological conditions as well as phenotypic and when available genetic characteristics. Genetic markers can assist in discrimination for marketing control of forest reproductive material and thus inform seed transfer guidelines. In this study, our main objective were ascertaining the origin of forest reproductive material logs among several candidate origins, or testing the hypothesis that the forest reproductive material log comes from a particular origin. We also explore the effect of incomplete reference samples, number of loci, population structure, and methods. The genetic dataset we use here includes 665 samples from 16 provenance regions and 34 populations. They were genotyped with 6,100 SNPs or 5,165 variable SNPs. It's the same dataset that Santi mentioned earlier. As he told, the population structure is rather strong in this pine species, and the populations can be aggregated into gene pools. Here is also a structure plot showing the gene pools. So here it's visible that there is also gene flow and admixture. It's from an ongoing European, more complete data set than the actual study. But in this study, we used 3 R packages: the supervised machine learning genetic assignment framework implemented in AssignPop, Rubias, an R package for genetic stock identification and associated tasks, and the network-based genetic assignment tool BONE. There are several differences between these programs from the practical view. From the point of view of this study, there are different predictive models. There are some features like subsetting a proportion of the markers and individuals. The results come in different format and type. And an important difference is if the program is able to handle individuals or groups. To know how much accuracy can be expected given a set of genetic markers and a grouping of individuals and populations into provenance regions, we assign individuals of unknown origin to the 16 reference provenance regions when the true provenance region has been sampled. In AssignPop, the assignment accuracies were estimated according to AssignPop simulation scheme via Monte Carlo cross-validation with 3 levels of training individuals. So we had 50, 70, or 90% of individuals from each population on x-axis crossed by 4 levels of training loci. The top 10, 25, 50, highest FST loci, and all loci in color-coded boxes here. And we got more than 90% overall accuracy when using all loci, but if you use here less loci, then the accuracy is dropping. And in Rubias, we use leave out one typing license with 100 replicas and default values. The plot here compares the true provenance region proportions to the posterior mean of each provenance regions. So you can see a black line, and when the colored dots are the simulated populations are across the line, then the accuracy is very good. And when it's not when it's flat here or deviating a lot from the line, then the accuracy is not good. And it's also good to notice that there are big differences between the regions. A few provenance regions, like the Spanish Cuenca, provenance region 7, shows very, very low assignment accuracy, here close to 0, while the Pimia in Corsica shows very, very high accuracy. The robustness of assignment is the absence of the correct baseline provenance region or gene pool was tested. This was done by removing each provenance or gene pool from the baseline and then performing an assignment test for the removed individuals against the reduced baseline data. If the true origin is absent from reference samples, then most individuals will be assigned to an incorrect sample baseline, typically to the one genetically closer to the true origin. And it's good to notice that the probability can be as high as 1. This is the case here in this example of provenance region 16, which is transatlantic gene pool. In this structure plot, it's green region. And when we remove the provenance region 16, so here it's not present, then the individuals get mostly assigned to the other transatlantic provenance region 19, and a few of them to something else. And in Rubias, this also happens. The analysis results of populations were aggregated in the provenance provenance regions, and posterior density curves were plotted. So here there are no density curve of the individuals, but the entity is treated as a C-plot, and you can see that it is very, very high probability to get assigned to the same provenance region 19 as for the assigned of. We get qualitatively similar results on all levels from gene pools, provenance regions, and provenances or populations with both of the programs, but better accuracy on the gene pool level. But as I mentioned, there is also big differences between the regions. A small warning about the potential confounding effect of outlier individuals in the reference samples. So these might be mislabeled individuals, or it might be to real biological phenomenon like gene flow. Here I have provenance region 13, and most of the individuals get correctly assigned to provenance region 13, but you can see that a few individuals are different color, so they were assigned to other provenance regions. And also in Rubias, similarly then, the distribution of posteriors to the correct provenance region for trees from the different simulated collections, they are colored here by the 7 gene pools. We can see here that mainly we get very accurate results. Here it's close to 1, but then we have a few outlier individuals in some of the gene pools. I have here a case study about Iberian forest reproductive material. It's a very nice example of why and how markers and our study could make a difference in, for example, combating illegal transfer of forest reproductive material in the form of seed and seedlings. So Iberian material is not allowed to be planted in France. And we get here high accuracy in the assignment of Iberian gene pool individuals to their true origin. So we have very low false negative rate, which is very practical for the detection of illegal imports, for instance. And also we get probability of assigning individuals from non-Iberian origins to the Iberian Peninsula, the false positives very, very low. So this is very encouraging results for practical purposes. We get qualitatively similar results between assigned pop and Rubias, both when true origin is present and when not. Something that is nice in Rubias is that when the correct baseline is not present, it's able to output a fractional assignment to several baselines. So here you can see by the red arrows 3 peaks instead of 1 full peak. And from there we can interpret that there is uncertainty of the assignment. Assigned code then tends to overestimate the probability also when the correct baseline is not present. RubyIAS requires, however, a group of individuals to be assigned, but on the other hand, it may be useful when dealing with mixed seed logs where we want to obtain unbiased estimates of mixture proportions. Since we want to have comparative quantification of the estimation errors, it's important that we use the same subsample and simulated data. So instead of using the simulation scheme of one program, we can, for example, use one of the programs and then export the data or use external simulations. In order to compare the methods, we'll also need to use the same target statistic for all of them and compute the estimation error with each method. So we could focus on, for example, on the membership probability which all programs output, and then it would be possible to compute, for example, the mean square error of its method. The BONE is a network-based genetic assignment tool and a little bit different than the others. It gives similar but not totally comparable results. We wanted to include it because it's a new program and very promising. It provides both mixed-up proportions and probability of origin, but the origin has to be given in the input file, and therefore it's not suitable to test the origin, but only to validate assignments. Also, the output is somewhat different. It includes multiple line charts that visualize the number of neighbors. When there are many neighbors, then the genetic assignment is weak, but when there are very few neighbors, then the assignment is strong and we usually get very high probability of assignment. But the fact that we don't have confidence intervals around mixture proportion estimates for BONE makes it difficult to compare it with the other programs. So as conclusions from our work, assessment of origin is often but not always possible, especially on the highest gene pool level. And not so surprisingly, more markers and more reference samples give the best results. For future and ongoing work, we need to find a way to get quantitative comparisons of results in addition to qualitative ones. And especially for providing assistance to legal issue, here the repeatability and robust results are very, very important. So for that purpose, we still need to do further testing. I thank you for your attention.